Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cover the Spread for Sunday, May 11th, 2025. And hey, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that tune in here to Cover the Spread. Let's find you a winner here on Mother's Day. Actually, let's find you 3 winners here on Mother's Day. Definitely shout out to all the moms there. Happy Mother's Day to all out there. Definitely. And if you're new to Cover the Spread, welcome aboard. Glad to have you. I don't know if that's going to work on mine. I don't think that works here either, but definitely sending the love out to all the moms here on Mother's Day. As always, we'll get to the cappers and then we'll get
Ramon got skills, man.
Plays. Kick on over, Ramon. How you doing here on this Sunday, Ramon?
Yeah, I'm thinking about Mom up there in heaven and ready to pick her some winners here. Got some NBA, and I'll take a look at a baseball game here today as we get winners going here on Cover the Spread.
Yeah, me as well. Shout out to Mom. Rest in peace, Mom. Kick on over to Al. How you doing, Al?
Yeah, happy Mother's Day, Mom, and doing pretty good. And hopefully we get some winner for moms here.
Definitely. Let's get some winners, some moms. We're going to kick it off with some baseball here on Sunday. We're looking at the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Cleveland Guardians. This is Ramon's game. We're going to kick it on over to Ramon. What do you like here? Phillies or Guardians here on Sunday?
I thought I'd go to the night game here on Sunday Night Baseball. Take a look at this one with Philadelphia and the Guardians. Two pretty steady teams here so far for sure, especially Cleveland starting to pick up the pace a little bit. You got Wheeler going up against Ortiz here. We know Wheeler is kind of a ace on the road sometimes, especially this season. He's looking like he's doing it again here so far. Good numbers, 3.35 ERA and a 3-1 record coming in. To be facing off against Ortiz. Ortiz, not great numbers just yet. The former Pirate ERA pretty high at this point, over 5, but a little bit lower at home so far. Philadelphia has gone 7-12 to the under so far on the road. You think of these big bats, and yeah, they put up some runs here over the last week or two for sure. But look, if Ortiz can just keep them down a little bit, we know, with his high velocity fastball, he mixes in that cutter in there. That can be a little bit tough for guys like Schwarbs and Turner. Not going to doubt their Philly power right now and all that. But look, I just need Ortiz to use that pretty steady strikeout rate and keep the ball in the park. And I think he can do a decent job here to keep this one down. I'm end up going under here in this one. When we made the recording of this video, it looked like there could be a little bit of wind blowing in from left field if the weather forecasts pertain to that, and a mild night here in Cleveland. So I got to go under here in this one. Definitely have a few other trends that kind of pertain to the under as well with Philly on the road here of late. So I'm going to go with the under in this one on Sunday night between Philadelphia and Cleveland. Wheeler can be dominant at times for sure. And these bullpens have been, I'll call them steady here at this point. Give me the under. Sunday Night Baseball, Cleveland, with Cleveland hosting Philadelphia.
Heading on over to Al. What do you like here in this one on Sunday Night Baseball?
Yeah, I gotta love what you've seen out of Wheeler so far this season. Couple numbers you didn't mention was 66 strikeouts to just 9 walks. You gotta love that. I think he comes out and has a dominant performance here. Now the Guardians have been hot and they do have a couple of good hitters in this lineup, but I think Wheeler does keep him under control. And on the other side, I think the Phillies do wake up a little bit here against Ortiz after that no-show yesterday. I like the Phillies here as long as it's not out of control. I'd take a money line as long if this line does get a little too juicy by the time you see this. I'd just take the Phillies -1 here.
And for me in this one, hey, we're all over the place here in this one. I'm going to take the Cleveland Guardians here at home. You look at the series head-to-head. It's been the Guardians 7 of the last 10 they've won. So too much value for me not to fade the ace. Wheeler has been hot, but I know Wheeler. I've seen him plenty of times fall wheeling right off the track. Sometimes he wheels right along like we have seen. Sometimes those tracks fall right off. So this Guardians team, it's not like they don't have an offense that can hit, because we have seen it at times this year rear its head. So at this plus price here on the Guardians. I got to take a shot here with the hometown. Give me the home dog here on Sunday Night Baseball. Should be a good one. Looking forward to it. All right, let's kick it off with some NBA playoff action here on Sunday as well. First game we're looking at, we got the OKC City Thunder taking on the Denver Nuggets here in Game 4. Almost a must win here for OKC. If you look at it, to stay alive, you don't want to go down 3-1 to the Denver Nuggets. But this is Al's game, so let Al kick us off here in this one. OKC or Denver here on Sunday.
Yeah, no one wants to go down 3-1, and, all due respect to the Thunder here. They've had a great season. They have probably, as I said before, the best point guard in the league. But, again, I'm not quite sure they're ready to beat up on these teams on a nightly basis. And so far, the Nuggets, as you mentioned, they're up 2-1 the series. I don't think that's a fluke either. They're at home where they've been great all season long, too. And we're getting 6 points here with them. I'll take the points with the Nuggets. I mean, I think we see a competitive one here, whether they win this one outright or not. I think there's some value on the money line as well, but getting the 2 possessions here is way too much for me to pass up on. So that's where I'm at. I'll take the points with the Nuggets here to cover the spread.
Head on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one? OKC or Denver here on Sunday?
Yeah, and with OKC, and I don't know if it's desperation mode, but when you're down here and you were supposed to be the dominant team in this series, and that was without Jokic having a decent game there in Game 3. He actually kind of struggled there a little bit, and we saw the game finished just 113 to 104, in an overtime game of all things. Of course, we know that OKC kind of went flat there in overtime. So, look, I'm going to come back on the under here, this one in Denver. Yeah, we need to see OKC step it up a little bit, but I think they're going to be forced to use that good elite defense, that top defensive rating here a little bit. We know that when Jokic is off the floor, Denver has big time struggles, and that really affects them more offensively here. So look, Game 3 under cash there, despite the overtime, and 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two had gone under heading into the postseason. So I kind of look for just that same form here with Denver at home in this one. Yeah, we saw those big scores. We saw OKC put up that big number there, of course, 150 there at home in Game 2. But look, we're getting down to some serious business, it feels like right now. And if there's not enough balance is what we're seeing there, yeah, the Nuggets were able to get some players to step up, but you got to wonder if Gordon can do it again here and kind of help them along like he did last game. If OKC has to go all out on a defensive effort, it just feels like to me here right now, I've got to go under 227 on Sunday between OKC and Denver here.
Yeah, for me here, this one, hey, you look at the OKC team, what have they done all season long following a loss? Well, they bounced back. They're definitely love to revenge that loss. 16-3 straight up this year when they're revenging a loss. They're also 17-5 ATS this year when they're revenging a loss. You look at this Nuggets squad, though. Hey, what have they done off of an upset win where they were the dog and they won outright? Well, they're 3-9 off of an upset win as a dog this year. 4-8 ATS this year. So for me, I'm looking at it a different way. I'm going to pull an L and take the OKC City Thunder here in that first half. Only have to lay 3. I think they come out here with the more intensity to start this game. This is when the second half kicks in. You never know what's going on there because that's when everything happens and things get a little more ramped up. But I think OKC has the more motivation here in that first half. And what have we seen? Denver this year as well, following one of those upset losses as a dog in that first half. 2-6 ATS at home, following those spots as winning outright as a dog. And you look at OKC after that spot on the road, 2-0 ATS in that first half. So I'm going to take OKC lay the 3 points here in the first half. In that one, hey, should be a good one here on Sunday night. I can't wait. Sunday's got some good action rolling. Can't wait for it. let's get it onto the nightcap here. Hey, the Cavs decided they should wake up and get themselves a nice little win in game number 3. Now we're looking here at game number 4. Cavs opened up 4.5-point favorites again here, up to 5 in some places. I'm going to call it 5 here in this one as I talk about this. You look, what have the Cavs done all year following one of those 10-plus point wins? They follow it up with another good win. 16-4 ATS following one of those good wins. They're also 18-5 ATS this year against those good 3-point shooting teams. So we know the Pacers love to chuck the 3. And I don't know, they just didn't look like the Pacers we see in those first 2 games in that game 3. But also what I like to see as well was that fourth quarter by the Cavs. Hey, they definitely didn't let up. And the Pacers had reeled them in there at the end of the third quarter. And I was like, hey, this is pretty close. If the Pacers come out hot here in the fourth quarter, they could definitely reel them back in. And I give it to the Cavs. They didn't let them reel them back in. They came in and locked down that fourth quarter. So for me, I'm going to take the Cavs here. I'm going to lay the 5. I think they even the series at 2 apiece, and we make it that it's been the Road Warriors series so far, and I think the road team is going to continue to thrive here in this series. Give me the Cavs, lay the points here in this one. Kick on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one? Cavs or Pacers here on Sunday?
Yeah, I know we've had a wild series here pretty much with some of these games. I know we wild last game, of course, because it wasn't really that close with the Cavs kind of smashing them there on the road. But look at the total there, mostly was around 230, and then it snuck up right at game time. This one actually ended up going under for most bettors, although it did fall really, really right near the number. I'm coming back. I'm going with the under again. And again, you're going to need a big effort here defensively from Cleveland. They were able to get it done, holding Indiana to just 104 points in game number 3. So with Cleveland needing this win here for sure, I have to think that they're going to come out and still play that defense and try to disrupt the fast pace of the Pacers that we know. They'll clog the paint in there as well with the Mobley back in there, teaming up with Allen, and with a healthy Cleveland team, it feels like here finally. That's feels like kind of what put them well over the top here. I don't know if it's changed the complexion of the series for sure. I don't know if it's changed the destiny here as the Pacers. If they can just get this win and take charge of this series, it's really going to put the pressure on Cleveland. So Cleveland needs a full defensive effort here. I expect a defensive battle actually in this game since they're down 2-1 here. So this number still feels inflated here right now, despite what we've seen from some of those high scores, especially the games in Indiana. But I'm going under here in game 4 with Cleveland and Indiana, 2:31 on Sunday evening.
Heading over to Al. What do you like here in this one? Cleveland or the Pacers on Sunday night?
We looked at this game a couple days ago, and I liked the Cavs at 2.5. And obviously, they did have some big question marks back then, and they did end up playing, and this line moved to 5. Honestly, I'm not sure how I felt about that line. Obviously, you like getting those starters back in the lineup. It was Garland and Mobley that were questionable, and no question marks heading into this one. So you might think the 5 well worth it, right, with these 2 guys back in the lineup. But I guess I'll look at the Cavs to come out early in the game. They know they need to win. So, and again, full game as well. Probably leading Cavs as of right now. But just to give a different look here, I'll take the Cavs in the first quarter, and maybe even first half as well, and 2.5.
Not a bad look there, Al. Hey, you look at the Cavs as a road favorite this year in that first half, 9-4 ATS in that spot. So hey, not a bad look there.
Well, it's been the first halves coming in more for these favorites than the first quarters. So maybe that first half is the better look.
We see some fireworks in the second half game, so definitely. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Hey, that wraps up our Sunday slate. As always, let us know in the comment section below. What do you think of these 3 games we covered? I know we've had a little rough, bumpy for me. Lost a few, that's for sure. So definitely looking to bounce back and get better at covering these spreads. Let's do a quick little recap before we head on out. First game we looked at was the Cleveland Guardians, Philadelphia Phillies. Ramon's game, he says take the under in that one. Low scoring pitchers duel rolling on the Sunday nighter. Next game we looked at, we got the OKC taking on the Nuggets. Al says, hey, this Nuggets team, they're at home. Grab the points with the Nuggets. Still too many points there. I think it's going to be another close, tight game down to the wire type. Grab the points with the Nuggets, Al says. And then I looked at the Cavs taking on the Pacers here. Game number 4. I think the Cavs tie it up. Lay the 5 with the Cavs. Hey, if you can find the 4.5, it's still around. Grab it. But I think by the time this video drops, we'll see a lot of 5s out there floating around in that one. Hey, that wraps up the Sunday slate. As we mentioned, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, everybody. Let's make it a nice winning Sunday here. Let's go 3-0 and sweep the board. It's time for a good day for us. I feel it. Going to be a good one. Thanks, everybody. Have yourself a good one. As always, what are we doing here? Covering the spread!
Cover the spread!